Hi, I'm Kenzie. Let's get started on the next Start to Read book. The second book is called Ernie and Bert's New Kitten. Here we go. Ernie and Bert's New Kitten by Deborah Hautzig. Illustrated by Joe Matthew. It was a big day on Sesame Street. Susan's cat had 4 kittens. Ernie and Bert came to see them. "They are very cute," said Bert. "Oh, may we have one?" asked Ernie. "The kittens need their mother now," said Susan. "May we take one home when they are older?" asked Bert. "Please," begged Ernie. "Are you sure you want one?" she asked. "A kitten is a lot of work. You have to feed it and clean up after it and change the kitty litter." Ernie said, "Oh, that's not work. That's fun." Every day, Ernie and Bert visited the kittens. Every week, the kittens looked a little bigger. And every week, Ernie and Bert asked, "Are they big enough for us to take one?" Susan always said, "Not yet," until one day. Susan said yes. Ernie and Bert were so happy. They already had everything they needed to take care of a kitten. And they knew just which one they wanted. Bert picked up the striped one. "This is my kitten," he said. "Hey, what about me?" said Ernie. "He is my kitten too." "Why don't you call him Bernie?" said Susan. "Bernie, for Bert and Ernie. Then he will be both of yours." Ernie said, "That's a great idea." Susan put the kitten in a cat traveling case. "Take good care of Bernie," she said. "We will," said Bert and Ernie, and they waved goodbye. Ernie and Bert took turns carrying the kitten. "When we get home, I will feed Bernie," said Bert. "Hey, I wanted to feed him. What can I do?" said Ernie. "You can put the kitty litter in the box," said Bert. Ernie felt very important. "Okay, Bert, I can do that." Bert gave Bernie a dish of cat food and a bowl of water. Then he went to find Ernie. "Ernie!" yelled Bert. "The kitty litter goes in the box, not on the floor." "Gee, I guess I spilled some," said Ernie. Ernie got the broom and gave it to Bert. Bert said, "Why should I clean up your mess?" Ernie said, "You are the greatest sweeper in the world." "Well, that's true," grumbled Bert. He swept up the kitty litter. Ernie and Bert went to the kitchen. "Oh no!" cried Bert. There was water and cat food all over the floor. Bernie rubbed his head on Bert's leg. "Purr," went Bernie. Bert could not help smiling. "You did not mean to make a mess, did you, Bernie?" he said. Then he told Ernie to clean up the mess. "Why me?" yelled Ernie. "Because I cleaned up the kitty litter," said Bert. So Ernie mopped the floor. Bernie chased the mop back and forth. "A mop is not a toy," Bert told Bernie. Then he grinned. "Isn't he cute?" said Bert. Bernie began to lick himself. "Hey, Bert, what is Bernie doing?" asked Ernie. "That is how cats wash themselves," said Bert. "I am lucky," said Ernie. "I get to take baths with Rubber Ducky." Every morning, Bert woke up with something wet tickling his nose. "Ernie, wake up. It's your turn to feed Bernie," Bert said sleepily. "No, it's your turn," said Ernie. "Meow," said the kitten. "Oh, poor Bernie," said Bert. "He's hungry," said Ernie. So Ernie and Bert both got up to feed Bernie. Bernie loved to play. He played with everything. He played with Ernie's marbles and Bert's bottle caps and spools of thread. He jumped up on the shelves and knocked Bert's paper clips all over the floor. One night, Ernie was taking his bath. "Rubber ducky, you're so fine, and I'm lucky that you're mine," sang Ernie. But suddenly, Ernie stopped singing. "Bert!" yelled Ernie. Bert came running in. "What's the matter?" he said. "Look!" cried Ernie. "Rubber ducky is sinking!" Bert took Rubber Ducky out of the tub. He looked closely. "Oh dear," said Bert. "Bernie chewed a little hole in Rubber Ducky, old pal." Ernie was so angry he turned bright red. He jumped out of the tub and stamped his foot. "Bad kitty!" he screamed. "You ruined Rubber Ducky! How could you?" "Bernie didn't mean it," said Bert. "I don't care," cried Ernie. "He ruined Rubber Ducky." Bert said, "Don't worry, we can fix Rubber Ducky." Bert got some tape and stuck it over the hole. Then he put Rubber Ducky back in the tub. Rubber Ducky floated. "There," said Bert. Ernie was so happy that he gave Bert a big wet hug. Bernie purred. "How come we can never stay mad at Bernie?" said Bert. "Because he is just like me," said Ernie. "He is cute and funny and he thinks you are great." "Thanks, old buddy," said Bert. "Any time, old pal," said Ernie. "Meow," said Bernie. The end.